The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. Additionally, I would ask that you support my channel by liking it and subscribing to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news, as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Take a look at this now, shall we? As a result of Ripple co-founder donating $10 million in XRP to Harris's presidential campaign, the cryptocurrency world is in a state of confusion. On the other hand, before we go any further, there is a brand new cryptocurrency airdrop that is currently taking place on Telegram and is set to start at any moment. I would ask that you make sure that you take part in this airdrop. And within the video's description is where you will find the link. Make sure you don't miss out on this opportunity. In the meantime, let's proceed with our video. The enormous contribution that Chris Larson provided to Kamala Harris came as a surprise to those individuals who are in support of XRP. In his speech, Brad Garlinghouse, the chief executive officer of Ripple, emphasized the impartiality of the company and urged for pro-crypto measures to be taken by both the Republican and Democratic congressional parties. When it comes to the presidential elections in the United States, which are scheduled to take place on November 5th, supporters of the Democratic Party anticipate that the elections will be quite competitive. According to the results of national polls, the Democratic candidate Kamala Harris has won 48% of the total votes, which gives her a little advantage over the other candidates. The nominee of the Republican Party, Donald Trump, on the other hand, enjoys the backing of 46.4% of the population. He is the candidate of the Republican Party. The evidence presented by Polymarket, on the other hand, suggests that Harris is the underdog in this scenario. This is in consideration of the remarks that he has made. There have been a number of folks in the sector who have come to the conclusion over the course of the past few months that Trump is the superior choice for voters who favor cryptocurrency. Following Chris Larson's announcement that he will be contributing $10 million worth of XRP to Kamala Harris's campaign platform, the community was left bewildered as a consequence of this revelation. Larson is the co-founder of Ripple. Ripple's chief executive officer, Garlinghouse, has stated that he respects Larson's right to support whoever he considers to be the most fit to rule the United States of America. Garlinghouse's statement will be taken into consideration. He gave the promise that the corporation will continue to work with both parties in the final days before the election, following the vote, in order to advocate laws that are favorable to cryptocurrencies. It is not about party lines, he was reported as saying, which is another pertinent point. Promoting policies that encourage innovation in blockchain technology and cryptocurrency is the focus of this initiative. In the beginning, Harris showed a lack of concern for the Bitcoin industry and gave it little attention. On the other side, she advocated for a comprehensive regulatory framework for cryptocurrencies the week before, with the goal of protecting black men and other individuals who took part in the mark. Despite the fact that Garlinghouse took a position of support, the majority of former users who commented on Larson's article believed that the gift was inappropriate. This was the response that was made by the community. On the other hand, taking into consideration the fact that the billionaire has committed to removing Gary Gensler from his role as head of the Securities and Exchange Commission, a victory for Trump could perhaps decrease the friction that is now present between Ripple and the SEC. Over the course of almost 4 years, Gensler and the agency that he oversees have been involved in a legal conflict with the corporation under investigation. A verdict that was handed down by Judge Analista Torres in 2023 was the subject of an official appeal that was submitted by the watchdog not too long ago. This will most likely be due to the fact that the litigation will be postponed for a few more years, and it will also result in a fall in the price of XRP due to the fact that the uncertainty is still relatively new. During the course of his public endorsement of Harris, Larson publicly emphasized his view that she will push for the technical dominance of the United States, notably in the industry of digital currency. Not only because to the size of the matter, but also due to the fact that this is the very first time that Bitcoin has been utilized as a medium for the purpose of making political donations. An event of monumental significance is represented by its enormous political gift of $10 million to XRP. Larson made a suggestion that the Democratic Party had to reconsider its attitude to technological innovation. He was referring to the fact that the policies that are now in place might not be sufficient in terms of assisting industries such as cryptocurrencies. Bill Morgan, a notable crypto lawyer, provided a strong reaction to the assertion that Larson had made. He stated that Harris' ideology, which he regards to be a far-left and centralized command economy, is essentially incompatible with the decentralized nature of cryptocurrencies. He equated his support for Harris' government to going back to an abusive relationship. He made this statement by arguing that Harris' philosophy is fundamentally incompatible with the features of cryptocurrencies. Morgan has expressed his disagreement with Harris's perspective on the world. As a result of their growing political engagement and growing awareness of the significance of regulatory settings, these executives in the cryptocurrency business are becoming more politically active. Specifically, the contribution highlights this process. There is a wider schism within the Bitcoin community, which is comprised of individuals who are interested in cooperating with political authorities and those who are concerned about greater government supervision. Morgan's complaint is representative of this broader rift. During the course of his campaign, Donald Trump has positioned himself as particularly pro-cryptocurrency. He has proposed the creation of a regulatory framework that will both encourage innovation and protect crypto users. He has been emphasizing his devotion to this stance, and this revelation comes at a time when he has been doing so publicly. It is possible that Larson's political maneuver could be regarded as a strategic positioning for Ripple, which has been challenged with ongoing legal issues through the Social Security Administration (SEC). On the other side, the strategy has been particularly well received by members of the Bitcoin community. Chris Larson, one of the co-founders of Ripple, has demonstrated his support for Kamala Harris's candidacy for the presidency of the United States of America by making a substantial contribution of $10 million in XRP. According to Larson, his confidence in Harris's ability to shepherd the nation toward technical preeminence on a global scale has been increased as a result of this work. The donation, which is worth more than 18,500 XRP, is indicative of a more general sentiment that can be found throughout the cryptocurrency and technology industries simultaneously. In particular, with regard to the realm of cryptocurrencies, Larson is a proponent of alternative methods for the advancement of technological progress. Using his official account on X, which was once known as In This Account, Larson shared the news with everyone who was interested. In addition to that, he elaborated on the rationale behind this substantial financial backing. According to the member of the Democratic Party, it is an appropriate time for the Democrats to adopt a new strategy toward technological innovation, which includes the use of cryptocurrencies. There is Larson's assertion. As an additional point of interest, he expressed his everlasting confidence in Harris's ability to ensure that American technology is the dominant force in the globe. This will establish her as a crucial person in the process of formulating policies that will be driven by technology in the future. The fact that the CEO of Ripple gives his support to Harris is not something that should come as a complete surprise. It was in the past that he had publicly endorsed her, along with 80 other major business leaders, indicating his approval of the platform that the Democratic nominee was running on. For a considerable amount of time, particularly when it comes to advocating for regulations in the United States that are favorable to blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. This contribution is an example of how that pattern has continued. In his response to Larson's decision, Brad Garlinghouse, chief executive officer of Ripple, emphasized the significance of political participation for the growth of the cryptocurrency industry. Garlinghouse's comments emphasize the importance of political engagement. Chris is within his rights to vote for the candidate whom he considers to be the most knowledgeable and capable of governing the United States of America. That is a right that I appreciate. As Garlinghouse continued to make his remarks, he went on to criticize the present administration's stance on cryptocurrencies. He urged a change away from what he described to as a misguided assault against digital assets. In addition to this, he advocated for a departure from digital assets. According to Garlinghouse, Ripple is committed to working together with both Democrats and Republicans to collaborate on the development of a regulatory framework that fosters innovation in the blockchain sector in the run-up to the elections in the United States. This framework would be designed to encourage innovation in the blockchain area. The relationship between politics and cryptocurrency has emerged as one of the most important issues of discussion in recent times. Among the most famous candidates, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have both addressed the digital asset sector in a variety of different ways. Both of these candidates are candidates for president. Harris, on the other hand, has taken a more cautious approach to the issue, in contrast to Trump, who has chosen a more open-minded approach to the subject of cryptocurrencies. In contrast, the fact that Larson made a donation displays an extraordinary amount of confidence in her ability to do the task at hand. To guide the country toward a future in which the technological capabilities of the United States of America have the potential to flourish on the worldwide competition stage, it should be noted that the material that has been supplied is not intended to serve as business advice. In the event that any investments are made on the basis of the information that is provided on this page, there is no responsibility for those investments.